Hi, I'm Pete.
And I'm Nat.
And this is the Hire Yourself podcast. Each day we will publish a short episode on franchising and owning a business. These small bits of information will help you be a better entrepreneur and business person. Between us, we have 75 years of experience and have owned and ran 9 businesses and counting.
Hey, I'm Sean Smith, and I'm the producer of the Hire Yourself podcast. You'll hear from me each episode because I will introduce the topic that Nat and Pete will be talking about. And the question for this episode is, what do you look for when hiring an employee?
From my perspective, a lot of times I'm looking for a hard worker, but I think a lot of that is just my own personal background, with my dad being a bricklayer and everything and just working hard. So work ethic is always going to be important to me. As I'm kind of evolving, I'm realizing that, being a good team player, embracing the core values, all those things are super important too. But at the end of the day, it has to be results oriented. So everybody has to be accountable for whatever part of the business that they're responsible for. And also, it's really important to me to enjoy working with, my employees. So somebody that's fun to be around, brightens my day, brightens other people's day, has a good attitude. It was super interesting. I was talking once to, I think it was a handyman. I think they were actually a franchise, and they found that they were having a hard time with growing their business, and they were recruiting handymen that were just super top-notch handymen. They could do any job and they could do it perfectly. But what they realized, they had this epiphany that, sometimes those guys weren't very good people. And so what they started doing, they prioritized, hey, let's recruit handymen that number one are good with people and focus on the relationship. And then number two are, good handymen. And it was an amazing, had an amazing impact on their business because the clients or the customers were super happy. And, even if the handyman was only, doing a 90 or 95% job, because they brought their personality and their joy to their work, everybody had a much better experience.
I remember reading a case study about that, Nat, where companies, they don't necessarily decide to hire somebody on the skill set, but more so their people skills, right? And they figure we can't teach people skills, but we can teach the technical side of the job or the business. And so I think you're absolutely right, Nat. That's a big piece of it. I think one of the things with coming with employees is that I learned early on that I tried to put everybody into the same category that I wanted everybody to be just like me. And as an employer, as a boss, not everybody's kind of set the way you are. And you have to kind of understand that they're going to do things a little bit differently, but as long as they've got a good core in terms of values and they're honest and they're hardworking, but everybody kind of does things a little bit differently. And when we study the personality characteristics, one of the, I think, mistakes entrepreneurs make is they try to hire themselves, and not always, that may not be what's needed in the organization. And so it's understanding what's needed and then hiring to that need opposed to what you think you want them to be.
Thanks for listening. If you enjoyed this or any of our episodes, please subscribe to the podcast. And it would be absolutely amazing if you give us a rating and review. We hope you listen to us again tomorrow.